Have you ever felt a connection so intense that it seemed to defy logic? A pull so strong that no matter how much you try to resist, it keeps drawing you back? It's as if the universe itself is orchestrating events to bring you together, creating moments of synchronicity that feel too significant to be mere coincidence. If you've ever experienced this, you may be on the twin flame journey, one of the most profound and transformative spiritual connections in existence. This bond isn't just about romance, it's about soul evolution, growth, and healing. Twin flames are believed to be two halves of the same soul, destined to reunite and push each other toward their highest potential. For the divine masculine, this realization can be both exhilarating and terrifying. At first, he may resist, rationalize, or even run from these emotions. Conditioned by societal expectations and past wounds, he may struggle to understand why this connection feels different, more powerful, and more consuming than anything he has ever known. But no matter how hard he tries to suppress his feelings, they only grow stronger. The more he resists, the more the universe finds ways to remind him of this undeniable bond. Today, we're diving deep into the 6 signs that reveal the divine masculine can no longer stop the feelings for his twin flame. If you recognize these signs in yourself or someone you know, it may be a powerful indicator that the twin flame journey is unfolding in its divine timing. A sudden surge in self-awareness. One of the first signs that the divine masculine is awakening to his feelings is an intense period of self-reflection. He starts questioning everything: his emotions, his reactions, and even his identity. He may find himself revisiting memories, analyzing past relationships, and wondering why this connection feels so different, so magnetic, yet so unsettling. Before, he may have been content living on autopilot, avoiding deep emotions and staying within the confines of logical reasoning. He may have been conditioned to believe that vulnerability is a weakness, that emotions should be controlled, not explored. But now, something has shifted. He finds himself drawn into deep introspection, examining past wounds, childhood patterns, and subconscious fears. He starts to recognize the ways in which he has suppressed emotions to fit into societal expectations, and this realization is both unsettling and liberating. As he reflects, he begins to see his twin flame as more than just another person. She is a mirror, reflecting his true self back at him. This recognition can be overwhelming because it forces him to confront aspects of himself that he has long ignored. Every interaction with his twin flame triggers growth, pushing him toward healing and self-acceptance. This realization is both beautiful and challenging. The deeper he looks within, the more he recognizes that his connection with his twin flame is not just a fleeting romance. It's a soul-deep bond that demands his full attention. It is not just about love, it is about evolution, transformation, and stepping into his true power. The more he embraces this truth, the more he understands that resistance is futile. This connection is meant to change him at his core. Emotional vulnerability begins to surface. For a long time, the divine masculine may have built walls around his heart. He may have believed that vulnerability was a weakness, something to be avoided at all costs. Perhaps he learned this from childhood experiences, from a society that conditioned him to equate strength with emotional detachment. He may have surrounded himself with distractions, work, friendships, surface-level relationships to keep his emotions at bay. But as his connection with his twin flame grows stronger, those walls start to crumble. He begins to experience moments of deep emotional resonance, flashes of memories, and realizations that shake the very foundation of his beliefs. The connection forces him to confront emotions he had long buried, feelings of unworthiness, fear of abandonment, and doubts about his ability to love and be loved. He finds himself sharing emotions he once kept hidden, allowing his true self to be seen in a way he never has before. He opens up about his fears, his dreams, and his past wounds, sometimes even surprising himself at the depth of what he reveals. At first, this might feel uncomfortable, even frightening, as he steps into a space of raw honesty that he has avoided for so long. But deep down, he knows this connection is different. It is not just another fleeting romance. It is a mirror that reflects back to him the truth of who he is. He realizes that true strength does not come from shutting down emotions or suppressing feelings. Instead, it comes from allowing himself to feel, to be seen, and to love without fear. It is in embracing his vulnerability that he discovers his true power, unlocking a level of emotional depth and authenticity that he never thought possible. This vulnerability is not just a passing phase, it's a profound transformation that signals he can no longer suppress his true feelings. The divine masculine is awakening to a new way of being, where love is no longer something to be controlled or feared, but something to be embraced with an open heart and soul. The desire for a deeper connection. As the divine masculine awakens, his priorities begin to shift. Superficial relationships no longer satisfy him. He craves depth, meaning, and authenticity. He finds himself questioning past relationships, realizing that many of them were built on convenience or societal expectations, rather than true emotional and spiritual resonance. He may start distancing himself from shallow interactions and instead seek conversations that nurture his soul. Small talk feels empty, and he yearns for deep, meaningful discussions about life, purpose, and personal growth. He may also find himself drawn to spiritual teachings, self-help books, or mentors who guide him toward a greater understanding of himself and his twin flame journey. The idea of a traditional relationship without emotional depth no longer appeals to him. The once desired notion of security and predictable love fades, replaced by a hunger for something real, something that mirrors the intensity of his connection with his twin flame. He realizes that true love is not just about companionship, it's about spiritual expansion, mutual growth, and the kind of bond that challenges and elevates both partners. This newfound desire is a clear sign that he is embracing the truth. His connection with his twin flame is not just another love story, it's a journey of soul growth and transformation. He understands that this connection is meant to push him toward his highest self, requiring him to shed old patterns, heal past wounds, and step into a love that is both liberating and profound. Sign number 4, emotional growth and maturity. Before, the divine masculine may have struggled with emotional regulation. He may have avoided difficult conversations, repressed his feelings, or reacted impulsively, often choosing to suppress his true emotions rather than confront them. This avoidance could manifest in different ways: distractions like excessive work, casual relationships, or numbing behaviors that prevented him from truly engaging with his deeper emotional landscape. But now, something is different. The internal resistance begins to wane, and he finds himself navigating emotions in a more conscious way. Instead of running from difficult emotions, he starts to acknowledge them, sit with them, and process their deeper meanings. He begins to recognize the cyclical nature of his past behaviors and realizes that true strength comes from emotional honesty, not avoidance. He starts to develop emotional intelligence, a newfound ability to understand both his own emotions and those of others. He becomes more patient, more understanding, and more self-aware. Moments of self-doubt are replaced by moments of introspection and clarity. He learns to observe his reactions, choosing thoughtful responses over impulsive ones. With this shift, he experiences a growing sense of inner peace and resilience, allowing him to engage in deeper, more meaningful connections. This emotional growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, one that requires him to face his deepest fears and heal past wounds. He may revisit childhood traumas, unresolved past relationships, or even limiting beliefs he has carried for years. These realizations can be painful, but they also mark the beginning of profound transformation. As he evolves, he begins to see the twin flame connection as an opportunity for spiritual expansion, rather than something to fear. Instead of seeing his emotions as obstacles, he embraces them as vital parts of his growth. His perspective shifts from resistance to acceptance, from fear to trust. This newfound emotional maturity allows him to step into his true self, fully embracing the depth of his feelings with courage and authenticity. Heightened empathy and sensitivity. A powerful shift occurs when the divine masculine stops suppressing his emotions. He starts feeling more deeply. His emotional walls, once fortified by fear and conditioning, begin to collapse, allowing him to experience the world in a profoundly new way. He becomes more empathetic, more attuned to the emotions of others, and more compassionate. This heightened sensitivity is especially strong when it comes to his twin flame. He no longer needs words or physical presence to understand what she is feeling. He can sense her emotions, even when they are miles apart. Her sadness weighs on his heart, her joy uplifts him, and her struggles become his own, as if they share an invisible thread connecting their souls. This level of empathy is not accidental. It's a sign that his soul is fully awakening to the bond they share. He begins to see beyond the surface and recognizes that their connection transcends the physical plane. Moments of synchronicity become more frequent, and he notices patterns that confirm their deep energetic link. When she experiences a breakthrough, he feels it too. When she is in distress, an inexplicable pull urges him to reach out. As he embraces this connection, the illusion of separation fades. He realizes that their souls have always been intertwined, that time and distance are irrelevant in the grand scheme of their journey. This realization marks a turning point. No longer does he resist or question the depth of his emotions. Instead, he allows himself to feel everything fully, knowing that it is all part of a greater transformation, leading him closer to his true self and his twin flame, full acceptance of his feelings. Perhaps the most powerful sign of all is acceptance. After battling his emotions, resisting the pull, and trying to rationalize the connection, the divine masculine finally surrenders. He stops fighting what his heart has been telling him all along. He no longer tries to push the feelings away. Instead, he embraces them fully, without hesitation or doubt. This acceptance is not just about acknowledging his emotions, it's about welcoming them with open arms. It is the moment he realizes that running will no longer bring him peace. The love, the longing, the magnetic pull toward his twin flame is not something to be feared or suppressed. It is something to be honored and cherished. He sees his twin flame not as a challenge, but as a divine gift, a reflection of his own soul's highest potential. Through this realization, he begins to understand that the twin flame journey is not just about love. It's about self-discovery, transformation, and spiritual awakening. It's about shedding old conditioning, releasing fear-based patterns, and stepping into his true, authentic self. This acceptance marks a turning point. It's the moment he steps fully into his power, ready to embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, trusting in the divine plan that has brought him to this sacred connection. He no longer sees love as something he must control. Instead, he allows it to flow freely, knowing that true love is about surrender, trust, and alignment with his soul's purpose. The twin flame journey is not an easy one. It is a path filled with challenges, growth, and profound transformation. It pushes us beyond our comfort zones, forcing us to confront our deepest fears, unresolved wounds, and hidden insecurities. But in doing so, it offers the opportunity for deep healing, self-awareness, and spiritual expansion. This journey is about more than love. It is about becoming the highest version of ourselves. For the divine masculine, realizing he can't stop the feelings is a major milestone. It signifies a profound shift in his soul's evolution. No longer can he deny the magnetic pull of his twin flame. No longer can he suppress the emotions that have surfaced within him. Instead of running from them, he chooses to embrace them. He begins to trust the process, understanding that the pain, the longing, and the intense emotions are all part of a greater transformation, leading him toward true love and inner harmony. If you've recognized these signs in someone, or even within yourself, take it as a confirmation that you are on the right path. The journey may not always be smooth, but every challenge is a step toward a higher understanding of yourself and your twin flame connection. Trust in the divine timing of your journey. Embrace each moment with an open heart. And remember, love always finds a way, even in the most unexpected circumstances. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's continue to grow and learn together. And as always, stay connected to your higher self, listen to your heart's wisdom, and keep shining your light. Until next time, may your path be guided by love and purpose.